Hey everyone, I'm Jordan,
I'm Craig.
and we're Film Reviews 101, and this is our pilot review, our first flight. Hopefully we get better at this, but this is our first flight.
This may be goofy, but here we go.
Yeah, and the way that we're doing everything is we got a whole box of movies to choose from, little folded up pieces of paper, and the one that got pulled today is The Prestige.
Prestige.
So that's what we're going to be reacting to. And the way it's going to work is this box is full of either movies that I've seen that he hasn't, movies he's seen that I haven't, or movies that we have both not seen. There's also some TV shows in there too that we might watch. But we're always going to try to have an authentic reaction for you guys. So, and this is a movie I have seen, and it's one that he has not seen. So that's it. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right,
Let's roll.
Let's roll.
All right.
Cool. Do you want your coffee? Is it out?
You want coffee?
You want a coffee?
Yeah, we should make a coffee.
Let's make a coffee.
Let's make a coffee. We can put that in there too. All right. Fire in the hole.
All right, we're back. We got our coffee.
Fire in the hole.
Fire in the hole.
Coffee's good.
Hit play.
All right. There's no audio yet.
I mean, that's fun and dandy.
Are you watching
That's
closely?
creepy.
Every magic trick consists of 3 parts, or acts. The first part is called the pledge. The magician shows you something ordinary, a deck of cards, a bird, or a man. He shows you this object. Perhaps he asks you to inspect it, to see that it is indeed real. Yeah, unordered, normal. But of course, it probably isn't.
Where do you think you're going? Oh, the bloody axe, you fool!
Yeah, you fool.
The second act is called the turn.
Turn of events.
The magician takes the ordinary something and makes it do something extraordinary. Now, you're looking for the secret, but you won't find it. Because, of course, you're not really looking. You don't really want to know.
Yeah,
You want to be fooled.
old Jordan wanted to be fooled.
But you wouldn't clap yet. Because making something disappear isn't enough. You have to bring it back. That's why every magic trick has a third act. The hardest part. The part we call the prestige.
Was this water-filled tank beneath the stage part of Mr. Angier's illusion?
No, it was the tank was brought on for the first trick and then taken off stage. Borden must have placed it under the trapdoor after the interval.
How large was this tank?
Oh, it's a normal tank for escape underwater, about 400 or 500 gallons.
How do you think Mr. Borden was able to move the tank under the trapdoor without anyone noticing?
He's a magician, ask him.
I ask again, did this man explain the mechanics of Mr. Angier's illusion?
I see your predicament, but Alfred Borden's life hangs in the balance. If you were prepared to disclose the details to me in private, I might be able to judge their relevance to the case. Might this be an acceptable compromise?
Check the locks. twice.
So he's got the number 23.
No, he did.
Hey, look right there, that tag. It says 23.
Oh, nice.
My name is Owens. I'm a solicitor. I represent Lord Cordlow, an accomplished amateur magician and historian.
How much?
Lord Cordlow is interested in...
How much for my tricks? £5,000.
And I'm offering your daughter a future. As Lord Cordlow's ward, she will want for nothing. Ever. Well, think it over. And Lord Cordlow would like you to have this as a show of good faith. Thought it might be of interest. It's Robert Angier's diary, including the time he spent in Colorado learning your trick.
You never learned my trick.
Really? On his return from Colorado, he mounted a version of the transported man that the papers said was better even than your original.
It'll take much longer to unravel the rest of Borden's secrets. See, the cipher in his notebook is unlocked by a single word, but it'll still take months to translate his writing and to know his mind. Well, my passion is equal to the task.
When's this supposed to be? Like the 1900s, early 1900s or something?
Yeah. I mean, when Nikola Tesla was alive.
Oh, so like...
Angier, welcome to Colorado Springs.
No, 1800s then. No, it had to be 1900s.
Tesla was alive 1856 to 1943.
Yeah. Quite a reception.
You're our first guest of the season,
I would
Mr.
say this is
Angier.
probably
Your
1920.
telegram didn't indicate
Yeah,
how
it's just
long you'd be
electricity.
staying with us.
As long as it takes. I need a coach tomorrow to take me up the mountain.
Well, the peak's close, sir. For scientific experimentation.
Yes, I know. That's why I'm here.
You're the great Anton. I saw your show in London. 7 times you guessed every object the audience had in their pockets. I'm Allie. Sorry about the fence. People keep interfering with our work.
I've come to see Tesla.
Why?
He made a machine for a colleague of mine some time ago. Can you get me a meeting with him?
Impossible, I'm afraid.
I brought a lot of money.
I'm sorry, Mr. Angier. I simply can't help it.
I'll be staying at the hotel. Indefinitely.
Hey, what am I holding?
Your watch.
So the dude's got demonic power, or
Probably.
it's all a hustle?
Borden's journal entry
Both.
for April 3rd, 1897.
Demonic hustle.
describes
Yeah,
a show at
demons
the
teach you how to hustle.
Days after his
It's
first
true.
memory.
Well, the demons are a hustle.
Yeah.
Two young men
They
at the
hustle
start of
you.
a great career.
That's the actual hustle.
young men
You think you're in
devoted to
control?
illusion.
It's not even you.
Two young men
It's
who
them.
never
I
intended
wonder
to
how many of
be
these people actually know where their power comes from.
Bind this lovely young woman.
People like David Blaine know. People like Chris Angel, they know.
Oh, Chris Angel knows.
He knows.
He knows. They probably talk to him audibly in his head. I guarantee it.
If you would tie her wrists, bind her feet, around the ankle. Are either of you two gentlemen sailors?
No.
I'm sure you can both tie a strong knot.
You ever notice how screwed up magic actually is, though?
Screwed up what is?
How screwed up magic actually is. Just
Oh,
like
yes.
the performance of it. Like it's always like, let's drown the woman. Let's cut the woman
Right,
in
right,
half.
right.
Let's make the woman disappear.
Oh. Well, why you gotta drop curtains? Is she wet?
That would be the real
That
trick.
would be a trick.
She comes out dry.
Dry, yeah.
He's complacent, he's predictable, he's boring.
That's
I mean,
demonic
Milton's got
power.
Success, whatever that means.
You get a
Now,
demonic
instead,
blow dry.
I'd say any risks is that a real magician tries to invent something new that other magicians are going to scratch their heads over, you know?
Yeah, and then you sell it to him for a small fortune.
Right?
I suppose you have such a trick, Mr. Borden.
Actually, I do.
Would you care to sell it to me?
No, no one else could do my trick.
Any trick can be duplicated, right, Mr. Cutter?
Wrong.
If Mr. Borden has invented his masterpiece, it might be only he's prepared to do it. Milton is a great showman, but Borden is right. He won't get his hands dirty. If you want to see what it takes to make real magic, go to the Tenley. There's a Chinaman there, and he really has what it takes.
Even you?
Angier, watch your sightlines. If I can see you kissing your wife's leg every night, so can the blokes at the ends of row 3 and 4.
You wanker.
This is the trick. This is the performance. Right here. This is why no one can detect his method. Total devotion to his art. Utter self-sacrifice. You know? It's the only way to escape all this. You know?
He's been pretending to be a cripple for years.
Anytime he's in public, anytime he goes out. It's unthinkable. Borden saw it at once, but I couldn't fathom it. Living my whole life pretending to be someone else.
You're pretending to be
You
someone
living your
else.
whole life pretending to be someone else.
Not just your name, it's who you are and where you're from.
Because I promised my
Like all the
family I
trannies in
wouldn't embarrass them
Hollywood.
with my
Oh, man.
theatrical endeavors.
I thought of a name for you.
Oh.
The Great Dan Tom.
Bill Hicks being Alex Jones.
Alex Jones.
Yeah.
Imagine living your whole life like that.
But that's what they're telling you, like with that right there. That some people are so dedicated to the performance. The real trick is in real life.
He understood
Right.
the true nature of magic.
Of living as a different person your whole life.
Yeah.
You gotta wonder what the payoff is. Like, what is Alex Jones thinking he's gonna get out of all this? You know? It's a mind trip.
You bloody fool.
He killed it! He killed it!
See, look, now bring it back.
No, he killed it!
Look. See? He's all right. He's fine. Look at him.
But where's his brother?
Kids are more perceptive.
Kids know everything.
Kids know everything. That's why the
Kids know
Bible says,
everything.
"Out of the mouth of babes."
Yeah. That's why I always watch little babies and see what they're looking at, because they're looking at something.
Yeah, a little kid, I try to do that little thumb thing to them. They're not interested. They're not blown away by it.
Yeah.
Right? Like, they see right through the crowd. But then no one takes the kids seriously.
I think the kids can see spirit world when you're really little too.
No, I do too.
You know what I mean?
I do too.
Like, you haven't gotten really worldly twisted yet.
And that's why they have, like, imaginary
They're
friends. They're imaginary friends, like spirits
Right.
and stuff too.
That's not imaginary.
But people think, oh no, it's their imagination.
No,
but no, not at all.
Never show anyone. They'll beg you and they'll flatter you for the secret, but as soon as you give it up, you'll be nothing to them. You understand?
Words to live by.
The secret impresses no one. The trick you use it for is everything.
Hello. Thank you for lunch, Mr. Borden.
You're welcome. Alfred. It's Alfred.
Alfred,
So, I'll use a cup of tea.
I scandalised the landlord. I think not.
You think that's, is that enough to keep me out?
Creeper.
I think so. So
Like if
I'll
I
see
tried
you
saying
then.
that to a girl.
911.
Milk and sugar.
Oh man.
This is the tank Angier drowned in?
Yes. This is the place where the performer's hand reaches through to the trick padlock.
A standard magical apparatus for escapes?
Yet with one important difference. This isn't a trick lock. It's been switched for a real one.
What a way to kill someone.
They're magicians, Your Honor. Showmen. Men who live by dressing up plain and sometimes brutal truths. To amaze. To shock.
Even without an audience?
There was an audience. You see, this water tank was of particular significance to these two men.
Are either of you two gentlemen sailors?
No.
I'm sure you can both tie a strong knot.
Oh, snap.
Can you imagine coming out of that? Like, that glass has got to cut you up on your way out.
For sure. Oh, yeah, you get jacked
Oh,
up.
yeah, that would slice you up.
No. Julia! Julia!
CPR is helpful right now.
No one knew about CPR back then, I don't think. When was CPR invented?
I don't You think it would be common sense?
You would think.
Put air where there's no air.
Oh, I gotta Google this.
So he killed her in there, and then he killed him in there?
CPR was invented in 1891.
They had it.
They had it.
Slackers.
Slackers. 1891. Yeah, you'd think that CPR was invented way before
You
that.
think it would be a basic human thing?
I knew an old sailor once. Told me he went overboard, tangled in the sails.
Allegedly.
Pulled him out.
It was invented in
But it took him
1891.
5 minutes to cough. He said it was like
His story.
going home. What do you want, Bolden?
I'm sorry for your loss, Angie.
Which knot did you tie?
I keep asking myself that. And, I'm sorry, I just don't know.
You don't know?
I'm sorry.
You don't know? You don't know?
Oh,
Good news. We got our first booking today.
I don't think we've had the pleasure.
Mr. Fowler's mind, you know.
Where did you get all of...
Begged, borrowed, and he's a very enterprising soul, is Mr. Fowler. So,
We can't afford to pay
the
you.
money will come when we get the orders.
Yes, but what about until then? I mean, what I earn, it's barely enough for us.
Don't worry about it. I mean, I'll share half my food with him or something.
You're already going to be doing that with someone else.
No. You're...
Having a baby.
Oh, my God. We should have told Fallon. That is great. We're having a baby. Oh, come here. Oh.
Alfred, what was
That-
this?
Shoot me.
Shoot you?
Go on, shoot me. Right there.
No, I can't.
No, not there. Shoot me here. Oh! How's that?
That's very good. Well, tell me how you do it.
No, I can't do that.
Well, then you can't do it. Alfred.
I can't do it.
I'm sorry, Alfred, but I can't raise a child on my own.
You don't tell anybody that, I told you. Okay. Hold out your hand. The bullet is not even in the gun when the charge is fired.
Once you know, it's actually very obvious.
That's how the truth is, though. Once
Well,
you know,
still
it's
get-
very
It's very obvious.
Dangerous. I mean, people still get killed doing that.
Well, how?
Well, you know, I mean, something you get smart ass, you can put a penny or a button or, I mean, God forbid, Sarah, someone can put a bullet down there. Don't worry, because I'm not going to let anything happen. Everything's going to be all right, because I love you very much.
Say it again.
I love you.
Not today.
What?
Well, some days it's not true, and today you don't mean it. Maybe today you're more in love with magic than me. I like being able to tell the difference. It makes the days it is true mean something.
All right. That's what you came for, is it? So, who wants to volunteer?
Oh, snap.
Are you man enough, sir?
Oh, snap.
Yes.
Which knot did you tie, Borden?
That's why he's
Which
in that
knot did
magic
you tie,
trick thing.
Borden?
What?
That's why he's in that thing in the trolley. Is getting ready for sleight of hand for the bullet.
Oh.
He came in to demand an answer, and I told him the truth, that I have fought with myself over that night. One half of me swearing blind that I tied a simple slip knot, the other half convinced that I tied the leg for double. I could never know for sure.
How can he not know?
How can he not know? He must know what he did. He must.
Sarah, that bloody hurts.
I don't understand how it can be bleeding again. It's as bad as the day it happened. I have to get a doctor back.
We can't afford the bloody doctor back.
You've woken her.
Great. So, I need this to heal so I can get back to work.
Alfred, you've got to face things. What tricks can you possibly perform with this kind of injury?
I can do carpools, I can do some prop tricks. I can still do that, and I can do the trick that I've been telling you about. One that they're going to remember me for.
Have you settled on a name?
Yes, I have. The Great Danton.
It's a bit old-fashioned, isn't it?
No, it's sophisticated. Cutter, the birdcage can't be our climax. Everybody knows it.
Not like this, they don't.
Anyway, I don't want to kill doves.
Then stay off the stage. You're a magician, not a wizard. You've got to get your hands dirty if you're going to achieve the impossible. In here, Miss Winscombe. No point in meeting Mr. Angier if you don't fit. On the right.
What's so hard about this?
Nothing. You're going.
Down here. Hold it. Hold it there. This is yeah.
This will conceal.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Right?
Yeah. I'll take that one there.
Yeah. Gentlemen, for my final trick, I will require the assistance of 2 volunteers. Mr. Merritt, if you would oblige me.
Yeah.
Under?
Under, yeah. There. Put it round his foot.
Be careful.
It's all right, ain't he? Volunteer to put a hand there.
Yeah.
Another one there.
Mr. Merritt, if you'll place your hands on either side of the cage, please. Thank you, Olivia.
You best not be intending to hurt this animal, Mr. Angier.
Of course not.
Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Right. 1,
2,
3.
Oh, that's bloody marvelous, Cutter.
Very nice.
And the best part is,
I thought you said I had to get my hands dirty.
well, someday perhaps you will. I just had to know that you can.
Very nice. Very nice indeed.
Thank you, Mr. Merritt. I haven't had the chance to compliment you on your beautiful theater yet.
Oh, it'll be a lot more beautiful when it's full, Mr. Angier.
Don't worry.
Oh, you all say that. Why should I worry? If your tricks don't get him in, somebody else's will. Maybe somebody willing to do a bullet catch or a water escape?
Cheap thrills, Mr. Merritt. People hoping for an accident, likely to see one, too. What would that do for your business?
Boost it.
You got a week, John.
Thank you, Mr. Merritt. Well, you've seen this one before?
Seen them all before, mate.
I'll make it a little harder then, shall I? 2 volunteers, please, a lady and a gentleman, to hold this cage with me. I'll perform this feat in a manner never before seen by yourselves or any other audience anywhere in the world. Madam, if you place one hand on the back of the cage, one hand on the front, thank you. Sir, one hand on the bottom of the cage, one hand on the top.
They just keep sabotaging each other.
Should have spotted him.
Got a lot of plates going.
Well, don't suppose they'll let us do this again?
No.
So what's the climax of our show?
Show? You don't have a show.
Mr. Merritt, we have a week's engagement.
To perform magic, not butcher birds and break my customers' fingers. Clear out. Anything here in the morning gets burned.
Mr. Merritt.
It's done, John. I've hired a comedian. You know I hate comedians.
Mind if I join you? Tesla sends me down here during the storms. Perfect excuse to come join the great Danton for a drink. That a cipher?
It's a rotating transposition that shifts every day of the diary. It's simple, but time-consuming to translate, even when you have the 5-letter keyword.
Which is?
We magicians have a circle of trust.
You have a circle of trust with someone whose diary you stole?
Maybe I bought it.
And you're hoping to find a great secret in there.
I've already found it. That's why I'm here. Tesla built one for another magician.
Well, why would you want the same thing?
Call it a professional rivalry.
Mr. Tesla has built unusual machines for
That's
unusual
a fact.
people. But he would never talk about it.
I understand discretion. I just want the machine.
Finish your drink. I want to show you something. I think you'll have a special appreciation for our work.
I thought it was a secret.
You're a magician. Who's going to believe you?
Where are the wires?
Exactly.
Would you like to know the future, sir? The man who's speaking right now is going to change the world. Ladies and
He did, though.
gentlemen, come one,
The
come
funny
all.
thing
The
is,
meeting
there
is
was free,
beginning
clean
now.
power
Waiting.
before Tesla.
Yeah. He did change the world. And he got robbed.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry, but objections have been raised.
They should be raised.
Does that look safe to you?
Part of Thomas Edison's smear campaign against Mr. Tesla's superior alternating current.
Mr. Alley, please. We have asked Mr. Tesla to reconsider
Which he will
his
not.
presentation. But I've been told he refuses to appear under any such restrictions. Clear the hall. This thing's gonna blow. Clear the hall.
Have you had a nice day with Mummy? Huh? Sarah, I love you.
See, today it's true.
Yeah.
Hello.
I saw happiness. Happiness that should have been mine. But I was wrong.
David Julian.
His notebook reveals that he never had the life that I am. The family life that he craves. One minute he rails against the next, demanding freedom. His mind is a divided one. His soul is restless. His wife and child tormented by his fickle and contradictory nature.
Can't you undo real locks, Professor? Well, maybe I'm just biding my time. Maybe one day I'll open my hand, get your attention, ask, are you watching closely? Maybe a magic word or two. And then I'll be gone. How do you get so famous then, eh? Magic. Thank you! Shut up! Get it down! Thank you! Bloody tape!
So, this is
It's
the
like
great Danton.
grounding times 10.
Right?
Mr. Ellie has effused about your acting on any
That's
number
David
of
Bowie.
occasions.
Sure is.
Hold out other hand.
What's conducting the electricity?
Our bodies, Mr. Angier, are quite capable of conducting and indeed producing energy. First time I tried to change the world, I was hailed as a visionary. Second time, I was asked politely to retire. So here I am, enjoying my retirement. Nothing is impossible, Mr. Angier. What you want is simply expensive. If I were to build for you this machine, you would be presenting it merely as illusion?
Well, if people actually believed the things I did on stage, they wouldn't clap, they'd scream. I mean, think of sawing a woman in half.
Mr. Angier, have you considered the cost of such a machine?
Price is not an object.
Perhaps not, but have you considered the cost?
I'm not sure I follow.
Go home. Forget this thing. I can recognize an obsession. No good will come of it.
If you understand an obsession, then you know you won't change my mind.
So be it.
Will you build it?
I've already begun to build it, Mr. Angier. I hope you enjoy the mountain air. This will take some time.
That is interesting, ain't it?
Yeah.
Your obsessions will betray you.
Need a volunteer?
What happened? Did you hurt him? What happened, Robert?
You, sir. Just a rubber ball, yes? Thank you. Just a rubber ball. No. Not normal. Not a normal rubber ball. It's magic.
He had a new trick.
Was it good?
It was the greatest magic trick I've ever seen.
Did they applaud when you saw it?
The trick was too good. It was too simple. The audience hardly had time to see it.
He's a dreadful magician.
No, he's a wonderful magician. He's a dreadful showman. He doesn't know how to dress it up, how to sell the
Well,
trick.
how does he do it?
He uses a double.
No. It's too simple. This is a complex illusion.
You only say that because you don't know the method. It's a double that comes out at the end. It's the only way.
I've seen him perform the trick 3 times now, Mr. Carter. The Prestige is the same man.
No, it's not.
The same man comes out of that second cabinet, I promise you.
It's the same man. He wears padded gloves to hide his damaged fingers, but if you look closely, you can tell.
He doesn't know how to sell his trick to an audience, but I do.
Yeah, well, we can use it as a climax of the show.
Yes. The man stole my life. I'm gonna steal his trick.
We've got to find someone who looks like you on stage.
He doesn't use a double.
Robert, I don't know how Borden does the trick. So you either wait for him to retire and buy the secret, or you listen to how I would do it. And the only way that I know how to do it is to find you a bloody good double.
Darling, look at you.
Mr. Katzer, Mr. Angier, I'd like you to meet Gerald Root.
A pleasure to meet you, fine gentlemen. Would you like for me to tell you a little joke? Come here. Yes? Are you laughing now? Take a piss. He's out of his mind.
Of course he is. He's an out-of-work actor.
He's perfect. He needs a little help, but when I get done with him, he could be your brother.
I don't need him to be my brother. I need him to be me.
Give me a month.
All I have to do is keep myself stinking drunk and no one will be able to tell the difference.
Have a little faith, sir. Now, would you favour us with a performance, Mr. Root?
Yes, you would drink too if you knew the world half so well as I do.
I feel that.
Do you think you were unique, Mr. Angier? I have been Caesar. I played Faust. How difficult could it possibly be to play the great Danton?
You can go back to being yourself now, Root, for nothing.
I'd rather be him for now. I find it, amusing. Ladies and gentlemen, much of what you've seen tonight may be termed as illusions or entertaining trifles. Alas, I cannot claim this next feat as illusion. Watch carefully. You will see no trickery. No trickery is employed. Merely a technique familiar to certain citizens of the Orient and various holy men of the Himalayas. Indeed, many of you may be familiar with this technique, but for those of you who aren't, do not be alarmed. What you're about to see is considered safe.
That's gotta be sad.
The manager says he's never seen a reaction like it.
Well, at least he got to see it. I spent the ovation hiding under the stage. No one cares about the man who disappears, the man who goes into the box. They care about the one who comes out the other side.
I care about the man in the box.
Thank you. No, maybe we could switch before the trick. That way I can be the prestige and Root ends up below stage.
No, the anticipation of the trick is everything. We need your showmanship to build up the suspense. Once Root opens his mouth, it's over. He can't introduce his trick.
Of course I can. The great Danton.
Root, you bloody fool. Get out of that wardrobe and makeup. Anyone could walk in here at any minute. Congratulations, all.
Borden's trick is nothing compared to ours. He has no style.
Oh, he doesn't spend the finale hiding under the stage. I need to know how he does it.
Why?
So I can do it better. I need you to go and work for him.
Work for him? Are you joking?
You'll be my spy.
We just got our start. Now you want me to leave?
Well, that's how we advance. Think of it, Olivia, think. We got people excited by Cutter's version of the trick, but imagine what we could do with the real illusion. We'd have the greatest magic act anyone's ever seen.
He knows I work for you.
Exactly why he'll want to hire you. He'll want my secret.
Would he trust me?
Because you're going to tell him the truth.
My name is Olivia West.
Yeah, I know who you are. You here to steal the rest of my show?
No, I'm here to give your show what it's missing.
Yeah? What might that be?
Me.
I was just saying that, wasn't I, Bernard? Woman's touch.
I've left Angier.
Right.
I want a job.
Yeah.
I know you've no reason to trust me.
Why wouldn't I trust you? I mean, you're only the mistress of my enemy. Why wouldn't I trust you?
Mr. Borden,
Alfred.
I'm going to tell you the truth.
Now that is a slippery notion in our line of work, isn't it, Miss Winston?
I am here because he sent me here. He wants me to come and work for you and steal your secret.
Well, what does he need my secret for? His trick is top-notch. He vanishes, and then he reappears instantly. On the other side of the stage, mute, overweight, and unless I'm mistaken, very drunk. It's astonishing, how he could... And tell me, Olivia, does he enjoy taking his bows under the stage?
No, it's killing him. He's obsessed with discovering your methods. He thinks of nothing else. He takes no pleasure in our success, and I've had enough. There is no future with him. He sent me here to steal your secrets, but I've actually come to offer you his.
This is the truth. Is it?
Root. He's realised he can make demands.
What, he's blackmailing us?
I was surprised, to tell you the truth. It usually takes him a lot longer to figure it out.
Well, how much does he want?
Well, it makes no difference. You've got to stop doing the trick.
Stop the trick? Cutter, look at this.
Well, look at yesterday's. Look at last week, where they said you were the premier stage performer in London. Not magician, mind you. Performer of any kind.
Well, what's your point?
My point is, Robert, is you climb too high to get away with professional embarrassment. We don't do any tricks we can't control.
You?
I am a humble admirer and a fellow practitioner.
Very good.
Another?
Oh, if you insist.
Another.
I'm not performing tonight. I'm only doing one show, but to be frank, my people pretty much run things these days.
Get up there! Get up! Your illusion, the transported man. I'm not claiming to know your methods or anything. But I had a similar trick in my act, and I used a double.
I see, very good.
Well, it was, and then it went bad. What I didn't count on was that when I incorporated this bloke into my act, he had complete power over me.
Complete power, you say?
Be very careful giving someone that power over you.
Illusion. What you're about to see is considered safe.
Oh, snap.
Yeah.
Literally.
Oh, the great Downton. I apologize. There simply is too much magic for my stage at the Pantages across the street. Pardon my intrusion. And go easy on the poor chap. He does try so very hard.
You stole it? Borrowed it for tonight. I thought you could translate some of it, but now I know you can't.
Olivia, no one can. It's a cipher. Even with the keyword, it would take months to decode.
And without the keywords?
Perhaps never. We'll see.
We will not see. If I don't get that back to him by tomorrow morning, he'll know I took it.
Leave him.
I can't. He knows where I live.
This is his diary. Olivia, all of his secrets are right here in my hands.
It won't bring your wife back.
I don't care about my wife. I care about his secret. Look, I'll go to his workshop and stage a break-in.
No, you took it.
Yes, me. Not you. Understand?
Robert, I have fallen in love with him.
Then I know how hard this has been for you.
Never know when you'll end up in a coffin.
It's true.
I'm impressed.
Why is that?
You're finally getting your hands dirty. That's what a good trick costs, Angier. Risk, sacrifice.
The sacrifice, I'm afraid, is all going to be yours, unless you give me what I want.
Which is?
Your secret?
My secret.
Your method for the transport of man. Fallon wouldn't tell me. In fact, he doesn't seem to talk at all.
You have my notebook.
Useless without the keyword. Write down your method, Mr. Borden. Describe it in full. I want the whole method, not the keyword. I don't even know if your secret's in your notebook.
The keyword is the method. Where's mine, do you know? Alive!
How fast can you dig?
Fallon! You hear me? Fallon!
Hello, darling. Champagne, your finest.
I didn't know we were going to be joined for dinner.
Absolutely. We are celebrating.
Miss Wenscombe, Mr. Fallon. Well, what are we celebrating?
Well, we've hit upon a new trick. We found it.
What trick, Freddie?
Yes, Freddie, what trick?
I am going to bury myself alive every night, and then someone will come along and dig me up. Wonderful.
No, I think my husband's had quite enough.
No, pour the champagne. Come on, pour the... That's right, Sarah, don't talk to me like that. You're a bloody child.
Perhaps it would be better.
Perhaps, Mr. Fallon, you might escort Miss Wenscombe home. My husband's being a bore. I see no reason why the two of you should have to suffer as well.
This evening.
Good night, Mrs. Borden. Good night, Freddie.
Freddie?
Well, that's my name.
Not at home.
Well, I'm not always at home, am I?
His assistant came to us with a proposition. Obviously, Angier sent her and told her to admit as much.
Does he enjoy taking his bows under the stage?
He sent me here to steal your secrets, but I've actually come to offer you his.
This is the truth. Is it?
No, that's what he told me to tell you, the truth. Is that I loved him, and I stood by him, and he sent me to you like he would send a stagehand to pick up his shirts. I hate him for that.
Today, my mistress proves her truthfulness. Not to me, you understand. I've been convinced that she led me to Rue. Today, Olivia proves her love for me to you, Angier. Yes, Angier. She gave you this notebook at my request. And yes, Tesla is merely the key to my diary, not to my trick. Did you really think I'd part with my secret so easily after so much? Goodbye, Angier. May you find solace for your thwarted ambition back in your American home.
He sent him across the world.
Tesla! Tesla! Ellie! Ellie! Tesla never made the machine like the one I asked for.
He never said he had.
But you let me believe that he had. You stole my money because your funding had been cut off. You've been shooting sparks at my top hat, laughing at me all along while using my money to stave off ruin. I have seen Edison's men.
Where?
In the hotel, and I have every mind to bring them up here myself.
That would be unwise, Mr. Angier. It is true that you are our last remaining financier, but we have not stolen your money.
Sir, my cat.
When I told you I could make your machine, I spoke a simple truth.
Then why isn't the machine working?
Because exact science, Mr. Angier, is not an exact science. The machine simply does not operate as expected. It requires further examination.
So where did my top hat go?
Nowhere. We tried the damn thing a dozen times. The hat went nowhere.
You need to try different material. It may provoke a different result.
You were responsible for whatever happens to this animal, Doctor.
Well, I hope that whatever you were really doing with my money was more worthwhile, Mr. Tesla.
My cats be pissed off if I did that to him.
Retaliation. Cats and hats.
Ellie! So the machine was working.
I never bothered to check the calibration because the hat never moved.
These things never quite work as you expect them to, Mr. Angier. That's one of the principal beauties of science. I'll need a couple of weeks to iron out the problems with the machine. We'll send word when it's ready. Don't forget your hat.
Well, which one is mine?
They're all your hats, Mr. Angier.
Oh, you look so pretty in this new dress of yours.
Teleporting and cloning.
No. Remember, Daddy has some errands to run.
That's some next level witchcraft.
In the 1800s.
So, Daddy will go.
The first clones, like they started cloning in the 1800s. It's sea urchins. They're telling you.
Sarah, what are you doing?
Each of us have our voices.
Sarah, whatever you may think, the only
competition for my affections is our little girl. I love you. I will always love you, and you alone.
You mean it today?
Absolutely.
Which makes it so much harder when you don't.
What is it, Freddie?
Don't call me that, please. It's nothing. It's just, this sometimes, sometimes it seems wrong.
I've told you before, when you're with me, you're with me. Leave your family at home where they belong.
I'm trying. I'm trying, Olivia.
We're sorry to see you go, Mr. Angier. We were sorry to see Mr. Tesla leave as well. He's very good in Colorado Springs. Mr. Angier, I didn't think it was necessary to tell Edison's man about the box.
What box?
It's kind of a weird shape for a box.
Yeah, very.
I apologize for leaving without saying goodbye, but I seem to have outstayed my welcome in Colorado. The truly extraordinary is not permitted in science and industry. Perhaps you'll find more luck in your field, where people are happy to be mystified. You will find what you are looking for in this box. Ali has written you a thorough set of instructions.
But today I tested the machine, taking precautions in case Tesla hadn't ironed out the kinks in its operation. I mean, if it went wrong, I would not want to live like that for long. But here at the turn, I must leave you, Borden. Yes, you, Borden. Sitting there in your cell, reading my diary, awaiting your death for my murder.
Earmuffs.
Magic earmuffs.
I can't.
Because her dad's a magician.
Like this.
Oh, well, you think I can live like this? You think I'd bloody enjoy living like this? Well, what do you want from me?
I want you to be honest with me. No tricks. No lies. No secrets. Do you love me?
Not today. No.
Oh, man.
Witchcraft brings death.
Indeed it does.
I'm looking for an old friend.
I heard about a booking. Nice little theater, good up-and-coming magician.
You're back.
It's good to see you, John.
Good rehearsal space. Blind stagehands, I like it. You always had a good eye for publicity.
I need your help, John. It's my last show. A limited engagement.
Your last show?
A wise man once told me obsession was a young man's game. I'm almost done. There's one thing left. The real transported man.
Oh!
What an honor it is to see you again, sir.
You told me you only wanted to show me one trick. It piqued my interest.
So his clone dies in the water.
Pleased to meet you, Mr.
Yes. Likewise, I'm sure. Well, let's get on, shall we?
But why? Because he wants him to go to jail.
Turn it on, gentlemen.
Very pretty.
Very pretty.
It's serious revenge when you're willing to kill your clone
That's
to
it,
get back at someone.
He simply disappears. That's not a trick.
Sorry,
He has
clone.
to come
You
back.
must die.
There has to be
a prestige.
Exactly. Pardon me.
They can't go to heaven.
It's very rare to see real magic. It's been many years since I've seen.
Are you interested in helping us?
You know, but they don't cease to exist. If you're going to create a clone, you're literally
You'll have to
creating
dress it
something to
up.
go to hell. It's kind of screwed up when you think about it. It's better that it was never created to begin with.
You think a clone has a spirit?
Enough reason to
Yeah. Spirit is
I've
life.
spoken about her, Freddie, not once.
But how can you create?
Spirit is life.
But
It's just
there's
not.
the
It's not
spark of life when it's
Part
conceived.
of your
It's
life.
not God's spirit.
Now she's gone.
So then they become demons. Then
Yes, you see, because and that's what made
Wanted to meet me.
like the giants to begin with, right?
You get what I'm saying? Like, so the spirit wouldn't go to hell or heaven. It can't go either. It has to become a demon.
Right.
Because it's not God's creation.
Exactly. It's the demons are the disembodied
Dude,
spirits.
I was always wondering how there were so many demons.
They're the disembodied spirits of the giants.
Right, but how many? There couldn't have been billions of giants. So they've been making more and more clones.
But Genesis 6 though does say that all flesh was corrupt. Except for Noah.
Okay, so they
right. So if you think like 3 million people, like were corrupted, and 3 million people were having offspring, and it says that the animals,
In some other restaurant.
right? Like they were breeding, they were mixing anything and everything that they could.
Me that way.
So
that's why you have people identifying as cats.
Because they're demons.
Yes.
That were cats, half cat,
Yes.
half person.
Yes.
The
chimera, yeah.
Right.
But you see, I'm just saying it's screwed up to create a clone. Because you're literally creating something to just go to hell. It's
So-
better that it would never been made to begin with.
If you change your genetics, then you're no longer eligible for either heaven or hell. You become a demon.
No, I don't think so, because you were originally made with the life force of God.
Okay, so you're responsible for that sin. So then you go to hell.
Remember, the spirit is life. And then the body is physical. The soul is bred when spirit and flesh meet. When spirit and flesh meet, the soul is birthed, right? So you were originally made from God's spirit, right? So you used to have the chance, even if you corrupt your genetics. a
Yeah,
little
but
bit.
you have to be an original human.
Yes.
And then you have to go heaven and
Yes.
hell. But if you were an aftermarket one, then you can become a demon.
Yes, dude boy over here though, the clone.
He's created a god.
He wasn't made of God.
Okay, so that qualifies for.
That qualifies for
Anyone in the audience would be irrevocably
It's
damaged
just like the
by
Nephilim. They
Superman
came
crown.
from man and they're here to torment man.
Yes.
That came from man and can torment man.
Told me this illusion actually
Ah.
by performing it. You will understand the seriousness of the dangers involved. Let's begin.
Because it's an unapproved life form.
Unapproved.
My travels.
See, I know that the movie's been like a little bit slow, but like
Now it's worth it.
It all unravels at the very end, because you have to remember the beginning of this movie too. It tells you there's 3 parts to a trick, right? The pledge, the turn, and the prestige. The pledge and the turn are nothing. It's always the prestige. It's
Right.
always the ending of the trick that builds up all the anticipation and that's what they did with this movie. It's slow the whole time, and then at the very end, boom, 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 it all comes together, and then it leaves you going, whoa. Makes sense?
You're about to
Yes.
They went all out with this movie. They really did.
purely science.
It's weird how they mix Tesla into
I'd like you
it,
to come
though.
up on
You know what I
stage
mean?
now so that you can examine the machine for
What does
yourself.
electricity have to do with cloning? But I mean, I guess the spark is. They're saying it's an artificial spark, like Tesla's spark, right? It's creating life.
I don't know. All I know is Tesla didn't believe in gravity.
Well, gravity's a theory.
Right. But he's the genius. I don't believe in gravity, and I'm an idiot. The double standard.
Right.
Man's reach exceeds his imagination.
Straight up witchcraft.
Yeah. Yeah. They call it science.
Science.
I call it seance.
They do this every night after each performance. Yeah?
I would like to invite you to come up on stage now so that you can examine the machine for yourselves.
Here, where do you think I'm part of the bloody action, fool!
Man, he plotted that. Blind people and everything.
Yeah, he did. They're spiritually blind. They don't have eyes to see. The world, the witchcraft loves the blind, you know? It's all symbolic.
Hey! Where's the bloody key? Where's the bloody key? What have you done?
Alfred Morton, you have been found guilty of the murder of Robert Hanson. You will be hanged by the neck until dead. May the Lord have mercy on your soul.
Mr. Cutter? Owens.
Oh, thank you for coming, Mr. Owens. It has fallen to me to dispose of Mr. Angier's equipment. But I notice from this manifest that Lord Caldlow has purchased the bulk of the items.
Mr. Cutter, you need to know where to deliver these items, surely.
No, no, it's just there is one particular item, this item, in fact, that I would like to...
You would like to...
buy.
By yourself?
Yeah, I suppose so.
This is the machine?
Yes.
Yeah, well, I'm afraid Lord Caldlow was adamant about purchasing this particular item.
Do you think I could talk to Lord Caldlow in person?
Out of the question, I'm afraid. Of course, I suppose if in the course of your delivery arrangements, your paths were to cross, I can't stop you speaking your mind.
Oh, my love. How are you? I've missed you so much. And Fallon's missed you too. We both have.
Daddy, can I come in there?
No, right now. Not right now, darling. No, but everything is gonna be all right. You must be a little coward.
Coldly. Yes, I am.
Snap.
I always have been. They flatter you with all those chains, Alfred. Well, don't they know you can't escape without your little rubber ball?
I pulled you out of that tank.
All I wanted to do was prove that I was a better magician. But you couldn't leave me alone.
Don't do this. Don't do this, Angie. No. Jess. I'm gonna take you home soon. I promise.
For God's sake.
I promise. Look. I promise. I love you, Jess. I love you.
Come on.
I love you.
Come on.
I love you, Jess. Angier! Angier! What, you think this place can hold me? Angier! They're gonna bloody hang me! They're gonna bloody hang me! You can put a stop to this now! Listen! That man is the one I'm to kill! You damn bastard! Listen to me! If he's alive, I'm not guilty! I'm not guilty! I don't care! Get hold of it! Get hold of it! Angier!
Hello, Cutter.
You're still alive. How is it you're still alive, Robert? I saw you on a slab, for God's sake.
I tried not to involve you.
Yep, they're putting their stamp on it.
Yeah,
Cloning.
Yeah, 23 for 23 chromosomes.
Yeah.
Go alone now. Both of us. Only I don't have as far to go.
23 from your mom, 23 from your dad, makes 46. But only half of him was legit. That's why it's 23.
Damn trick. I'm sorry.
A, B, C.
There's such crazy stuff going on.
D.
Sorry about Sarah.
4 times.
Didn't mean to hurt her.
8.
I did. You go live your life in full now, right? You live for both of us. Are you watching closely?
That's a hardcore flex.
Put it down the end.
Oh, of course. I knew it.
What?
I knew it. You know, this is a good first reaction film. Who do you think directed this movie?
Who?
My man, Christopher Nolan.
Oh, yeah?
I never thought about that. It's been a long time since I've seen this movie.
Alfred Borden, this day in the
Decided to
name of
look
the
it
King
up.
and the High Court of England, you will meet your end.
No one cares about the man in the box.
Cutter. Cutter!
Do you have anything to say?
What?
were both failing. And we were both boarding.
Were you the one who went into the box? Or the one who came back out?
We took turns. The trick is where we would swap.
Carter knew, but I told him it was too simple, too easy.
No. Simple maybe, but not easy. There's nothing easy
snap.
about two men sharing one life.
Don't understand how it can be pleasing again.
See, that's why some days he would love her and some days he wouldn't.
Because it wasn't him.
Because it wasn't him.
We each loved one of them.
The whole time you think that, you know, he's having an affair with her, he's not.
I love
So
Sarah.
he was the legit one, and the other guy wound up doing the witchcraft.
Mm-hmm.
When they thought it was the other way
Each had
around.
offer for life, really. Which was enough for us. Just. But not for them. See, sacrifice, Robert. That's the price of a good trick. But you wouldn't know anything about that, would you?
I've made sacrifices. Yes.
It takes nothing to steal another man's work.
It takes everything.
No, wait, I'm not...
So why would he do that? He could just, you know, have a twin too.
Yeah, but what if the twin wanted to rule?
It took courage to climb into that machine every night, not knowing if I'd be the man in the box. Or in the prestige.
Oh, so he doesn't even know the difference of himself.
You want to see what it cost me? You didn't see where you are, did you? Look.
That's what those, like, B.O.B. and those guys say, like, I'm the clone that escaped, but they don't know the difference. Like,
Yeah.
They have the same consciousness they're
Went off
calling them?
around the world.
Yeah, you must have the same conscience.
You spent
But you have the same memories and stuff?
You must.
I mean, that's what it sounds like.
really terrible things. Really terrible things, Robert. And all for nothing.
Nothing. You never understood why we did this.
I did watch something about that, but they said the clone degrades faster or something like that. Like Joe Biden's one now, and he's just jacked up because they keep doing
Yeah,
it.
because Joe Biden's not Joe Biden. We all know that.
But that's what I'm saying.
Right. And then, like Eminem, he's a clone.
Yeah, and he kept doing that shutdown
and
thing.
Dave Chappelle, he's not Dave Chappelle. There's a bunch of them out there that aren't the originals anymore.
There's that one guy that claimed to know all about it, and I got to watch that again, but he was saying, like, there's certain side effects to it.
You really do.
It's not like a perfect clone.
No, because perfection only comes from God.
Right.
It was the look on their face.
Well, it's sin, right? So there's always a price to pay for it.
The wages of sin is death.
And a malfunctioning clone.
Every magic trick consists of 3 parts, or acts. The first part is called
I forgot this movie was Christopher Nolan, man. I'm so
Magician
stoked about
shows
that.
you something ordinary.
I hope we pull another Christopher Nolan
The second act is called
out of this.
Turn. The magician
All of
takes
his movies
the
are loaded
ordinary
in things like this, like just
and
truth.
makes it into something extraordinary. But you wouldn't clap yet. Because making something disappear isn't enough. You have to...
Christopher Nolan likes that British dude too. That dude's like in like almost every single Christopher Nolan film I know of. Except Memento, he's not in that. But he's in the Batman Begins and, you know, Dark Knight series and all that stuff. He's in Interstellar. He's in Inception. Christopher Nolan likes that dude.
Now you're looking for the secret. But you won't find it because, of course, you're not really looking. You don't really want to work it out. You want to be fooled.
Okay, so I'm trying to collect my thoughts though, because I've seen this movie before. It came out when I was in high school, and I actually had it on DVD. But as soon as like I graduated and I moved and I started doing all this other stuff, like I lost all my DVDs and all this other. I haven't seen this movie forever. I thought I had a copy of it and I didn't. Right?
Yeah.
We had to. But I still remembered, you know, obviously, like, you know, it's about magicians and the cloning and all this stuff I knew before I had woken up, before I knew about Tesla, before I knew about, like, all this stuff. Like, but I knew about this movie, right? So, but now knowing everything that I do know, you know, we were talking, and the clones are in representation of the Nephilim, right? That's what creates the demons and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He was drowning them. Genesis 6, the Nephilim.
Oh wow!
It just dawned on me right then and there. Him. Yeah, he was drowning them. That's Genesis 6.
Interesting.
Yeah. I don't know.
Because that's what God did.
Yeah.
So they're doing it, or he was doing it.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
That's crazy.
It just dawned on me right then and there. There's a lot more in that than we
Satan
realize.
Always wants to be God, right?
Right.
So he always mimics. So look at that. He's creating his own. He's creating and destroying his own stuff.
Yes. Yes, because the Lord giveth and the Lord taketh away. So Satan's all like, I'll create and I'll destroy.
He finds any way that he can.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, there's no honor among Satan.
I think that, you know, it says he's the father of all lies, and I think he lies so much he believes them.
Well, I mean...
There's no other way to explain it.
He is pure lie, because nothing can trust him. You know what I mean?
He can't even trust himself.
No. And he's so convoluted that, like, what does he think he's going to get out of all this? You know what I mean? I wonder if he's, like, impressed by himself when he mimics God, but then...
He believes he's going to win. He believes his own lies, but he's not going to get anything out of it.
Not really.
I don't know. All I know is that movie is about people being dishonest their whole entire lives, living a certain way, getting the public to look upon the stars, their entertainment, right? And their stars, their entertainment are complete lies. They're complete farces. They're complete everything. I know that. I mean, we saw the 23, right? The occult love 23, and it's because it's half of the chromosomes.
It's the stamp.
Right. Scarlett Johansson's in there, and like I said, like there's kind of some evidence out there to support the fact that she's actually one of those trannies in Hollywood. And then, which goes along with the whole pretending to be something every day that you're not.
You would definitely put someone in that movie that was doing that.
Yes, you would. You would. And then, yeah, you got the drowning of the clones. You have Nikola Tesla. He's trying to tell you about Tesla, too. I mean, Tesla's key to understanding all of our modern day technologies, from radio, TV, microwave, all that stuff came from Tesla, and he gets none of the credit. He gets none of it.
But did it really come from Tesla?
I think it did. Because Tesla, he was a genius, but even the term genius comes from genie. Genie is the root word, and a genie, a jinn, is a demon. And so it's all still demonic and everything. A lot of people that love Tesla don't even know that Tesla had a relationship with his bird. Like an intimate relationship with a bird.
I think those guys like Einstein, they were really smart guys, but they were chosen because they could decipher the fallen tech and actually put it together, where the average person couldn't do that, right? So they didn't come up with it, but they had the mind power to actually implement it and create it from the instructions they were given, right? I don't think they came up with it themselves, any part of it.
You know, I joke about it. Like I said, like, you know, they say science, I say seance. But ultimately, like, it all goes hand in hand. And so, I mean, yes, Tesla was a genius for sure, but his stuff was demonic. It was demonic wisdom.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
But, I don't know. There's a reason why... There's a reason why Christopher Nolan had David Bowie play Tesla too, and there's evidence David Bowie didn't even die when they.
No,
said
did
he
you see
died.
that? There was an interview with the guy that claimed to be his tour manager or something, and it was him. It was David Bowie.
It was David Bowie.
Yeah, I gotta find that and show it to you. They're interviewing him about David Bowie, and it was David Bowie.
Well, they did the same thing with Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
But when Michael Jackson died, they had Dave come on, and Dave was Michael Jackson, and Dave is all talking about Michael Jackson's death, but it was Michael Jackson talking about his death. They like to do that, but there's a reason why Christopher Nolan he's not a dumb dude. He's actually really brilliant, and he knows way more, and I think he's kind of like a Stanley Kubrick. Like the stuff he's putting in his movies, he's trying to tell people certain things. And he's definitely ahead of the curve. And there's a reason why he had David Bowie be Tesla. I don't know why.
Well, it's like Nicholson 1968 says, right? They communicate through these movies. So they're like telling, there's multi layers going on at all times. You know what I mean? It's like, so who knows? But yeah, there's a reason for it for sure.
Man. See, I haven't seen this movie forever. I thought I knew everything about it, but you know what? I'm just going to say this for the channel right now. There's a lot of movies in here that I've seen that he hasn't, but I'm going to watch them with new eyes too, because I'm now, I got different eyes, and yet you'll hear about that one day too.
Indeed.
I guess thanks for joining us. We'll figure out a better outro when we're not so green with this.
Right.
And yeah.
That's it. Game over.
Yeah. What are you still doing here? Go. Bye.
Later.
Leave.